Hi, happy Thursday, everybody. So, today we're going to do a Christmas card, and some of the materials that we're going to use are from the new holiday catalog. Um, so, still can't show you the inside of it, but very soon it launches the 4th of September, so don't forget that. And if you want a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator right now, please let me know, and I would be happy to send you a catalog and to be your demonstrator. So just let me know. Okay, so today's card is actually one that I worked on and decided that I absolutely love it, and it's using some of the new materials that just came out from Stampin' Up. One of those is Shimmer White Stampin' Emboss Powder. So you can see, hopefully, how shimmery the background is for that. And so this is the card that we're going to make. The stamp sets that are involved in this are Dashing Deer and Winter Woods. Okay, the materials that we're going to be using, the dies that we're going to be using, the rectangle stitch dies, which I absolutely love. There's so many of them, and this is a staple really that you need for your crafting if you're going to use die cuts on your cards. So, and then in the Dashing Deer, we're going to be using the two little deer that come in here. They're these two, okay? And so I think now, here are the rest of the materials that we're going to be using. This is new, coming out the 4th of September. This is Cherry Cobbler ribbon. It is reversible, so you can use it either way. This is the way we're going to use it today. Okay, so it's only about, I think it's 3.5 inches of that we're going to be using. Versamark, Smoky Slate, and Night and Navy are the inks that we're going to be using. And we're also going to be using two writer markers. That's Cherry Cobbler and Shaded Spruce. And we're also, from the new catalog, this gorgeous little kit that comes with the snowman bundle, and within that you get all kinds of little things. It's sparkly washi tape, you get the snowballs, which is what we're going to be using, you get a package of felt pieces that are in Mint Macron, looks like Shaded Spruce, Flirty Flamingo, and Real Red. And they're hats and scarves and mittens in there. And so that's really cute. And then the other thing that's in here is the snowman pieces. So you've got these little arms and his nose and eyes and buttons. Okay, so the only piece that we're going to use out of that today, though, are the little snowballs. So I'm going to get you turned around. Oh, besides that, the cardstock that we're using, that's an important part of the card, isn't it? Is Night of Navy, Cherry Cobbler, piece of Whisper White for the inside of the card, a piece of Whisper White for the outside, and a tag. The rectangular die that we're going to use is this one, which is, let's see, next to the smallest one here on this side. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move you around now, and we'll get started. So we're going to start by doing our embossing. And so the first size card, the card that you're going to be doing the embossing on, is looks like 5 1/4 by, I bet it's 4, and it is. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing your embossing on. The other piece of Whisper White, which measures the 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, is for the inside of the card. And then, of course, like I said, your piece of cherry cobbler, which is the same size, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then your standard cut for your base, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so let's get started with this, our first piece, and then the second piece is this. Okay, so we're going to start by doing our trees, and I like the background colors that are in the trees that I showed you on that card. And so in order to do that, I've had to like pretty much destroy one of my Versamark pads, but I love it so much that that's okay. Okay, so see, I mean, it's just not good. Okay, so we're going to take these, the big trees, put them in the smoky slate, straight into the Versamark, and then we're going to start stamping trees. I want one up high. And I know it looks dark, but wait till I get the embossing powder on there. That's just awesome. And then I want another one, maybe not quite as high. Okay. Then I want my big tree. Also in the Versamark. And I want it to kind of go between these trees here, like so. Then I want to do my little ground to cover. So back into the smoky slate and the Versamark. And you want the little hump coming up like that. You know what I forgot to do is use my buddy on this. Let's see if it survives it. Okay, I think it's enough of that. And then, now that I've got that done, I'm going to pull this over. The first thing you want to do is cut it out with your rectangle. And I'm sorry I forgot to mention that, but that's the first thing you want to do, because you don't want to run it through your die cutting machine after you have put your sparklies on there. So this one, we'll use our buddy, just like we're supposed to, and into the Night of Navy, straight into the Versamark, and onto our card. Okay, so now we're going to fill it full of sparklies. So I'll close my ink so I don't get that in there. Okay, so look at this. It's just gorgeous. It's just all different colors, which is why I think it looks so good with the inked off like that. Okay, so you just stick it in there, check it out, make sure you got enough. Should have just poured the whole thing on there, huh? And of course, if you've got an area where there's stuff you don't want, you just brush it away. Okay. So let me put this back in here so I don't have an accident. Because we all know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen here, right while I'm on camera. Like that, okay? And I don't want to waste any of this because I intend to use it all. Okay. It's a good thing I got a little hand vac that takes care of things like that. So I'm going to walk away for a minute and use my heat tool, and then I'll be back and show you what the end looks like. Okay, so look how gorgeous that is. So in the end, it gives it all kinds of dimension and colors in the ice that, you know, we see during the winter time. And then here's the little tag. So it turns out really, really, really cute. And I hope I had that in the right place so that you could see it. So, okay, so the next step in this process is for me to clean my stamps real quick before, you know, all that sets in and never comes out. So that'll take just a second. So now we're going to do the inside of our card. And I'm doing that, put this away, the Versamark anyway. So we're doing the inside of the card with this little piece from Dashing Deer, okay, and then this sentiments, happiest Christmas wishes, okay. So the way I did the inside of my card, let's look back at the card real quick. The inside of the card has the poinsettias and leaves and happiest Christmas wishes. And so the way I did that was by using my writer markers, the Cherry Cobbler and these, what is that called? Shaded spruce. I wanted to call it spiced spruce, and I knew that wasn't right. Okay, so you just color right on the all right, we'll clean that up and set it aside. And we have to make one more with my Knight of Navy and my sentiment. Make sure I have it in the right direction. Kind of bounce that. It shows too. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have that done, let's set this aside. and we'll start putting it together. So you want to make sure that you fold your card with the side that has the little lump from your scoring it. Okay, and then you want to wipe it with your bone folder. Swipe it. I do both sides just because that's what I do. Okay, and then we want to put this on the inside of our card. So that's done, and we don't have to worry about it. So when you get ready to put your front on with all the sparklies, you don't want to move it around too much on your get that all lined up. You don't want to scoot it around too much on your surface, because you want to make sure that the sparklies stay where they belong. So you just kind of want to hold on to it. Run your adhesive down. And see, it left behind a little bit, but not very much. I almost did that wrong. You guys saw me almost do that wrong. This goes on the cherry cobbler. I would have been very unhappy if I'd done that wrong. And now it goes on the bottom one. Not that it hasn't happened to me before, because, you know, if something can go wrong, I've usually experienced it, so. But that's how we learn, isn't it? No, I'm not going to do that again. Okay, so that's pretty cute, huh? All right, so now what I suggest you do, you can do it ever how you're most comfortable with it. This is the front that we want to use with more of the white than the other side that has an even red and white, okay? Because we're mostly, well, I need that to be a little bigger. Oh, here it is. I got the wrong piece. And that measures, that piece measures about, it's between 3.5 and 4 inches, so it's about 3 3/4. And all I do is I put just a little bit of the fast fuse on here. Turn it over. And I'm going to attach it right in the center. Now, I could have made it easy on myself and put my fast fuse on the cardstock, but no, I didn't want to do it that way. Okay, so now we're going to use some regular size dimensionals. And I'm putting these on before the deer so that I can make sure that my deer go where they look the best. And you see, I mean, it's like a wooded area. So, and I have already cut out my deer in gold foil, by the way. Okay, so I think I want, just like with the last card, I want one there. I want my sentiment maybe there this time. No, I want it there. And then I want my female deer close to my male deer. They're a buck, I guess. My doe next to my buck. Okay, so now we can start taking it off and putting it on to the paper. Okay. For the deer, you need to use the mini dimensionals. Lord, I've got ink all up under my nails. But that's the love of crafting, isn't it? Okay, I think I want him right about here. And then her just grazing. Okay. And that's, oh, and then our little balls, little snowballs. I want, just to open the package, I want 4 of them out of here. And these are made of styrofoam, I believe. So you know how styrofoam is. It will cling to just about anything. Oh my. Okay. Ooh. The fan blew them. So now we need a 1 glue dot. I'm going to put right there. And then we're going to put these guys in it so that they stop going everywhere. And make us a little pile of snowballs. I need another one. And there we go. There's our finished card. So I just love this design. I just am just in love with it. So that's a really nice Christmas card for your loved ones. And so we are, but check out my blog and you'll get the instructions there for this. And watch us again on Tuesday, and we will be here to show you another technique and some more product and a new design. So happy Thursday, everyone.